there's a plea bargain in a case. So we have 4 individuals who counsel those victims to help them get through the process and make it less traumatic.
And speaking of the Victims Program, real quickly, I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that I am a member of Families of Murdered Children Support Group. I had a brother that was murdered, and we do send a lot of our clients into that division of the county, and I just wanted to thank you for your support, for allowing us to help these people to come in when they're at a loss for words due to the grieving, to assist them in just trying to follow the cases from the people that have murdered their victims. And I also wanted to thank you on behalf of our founder and director, Miss Wanda Pierce, for being supportive of our picnic that we had June 21st at Mott Park. We had over 1,000 people there, and because of your support, we were able to put on such a wonderful picnic. So thank you for that and allowing us access into your office. I would like to ask you to describe your working relationship with the Sheriff's Department and other law enforcement agencies, including the police, FBI, ATF, and other police agencies in the other smaller municipalities. Hold that thought, Prosecutor Leyton. We'll be right back. We'll never stand. You couldn't agree on the rock, so you're sunk in the sand. So this is why we're here, putting out a call.
Corporate TV is a business, and like any business, there are 3 main components. There's a buyer, a seller, and a product. So who are the buyer and seller, and what is the product? When you sit down to watch a sitcom or football game on TV, the network you're watching isn't making their money from you. Even if you pay for cable, the real money comes from the commercials. People in the media industry will tell you that their business is selling audiences to advertisers. So it's true that the television corporations are the sellers, but the buyers are advertisers, and the product that they're buying is you. What this means is that rather than making a unique show that focuses on the events and people from each individual community, shows are designed to appeal to as many people as possible, so they can be broadcast nationwide, allowing advertisers to reach the most viewers. The price of producing one program is paid for through this mass market approach. Magnitudes cheaper than producing programs for each individual interest group, racial group, economic status, and so on. There are a few steps that we need to take right away. First, all content must be made digital. Digital broadcast servers are cheaper and easier to automate, removing your need for a programming director to load tapes, and making it possible to exchange shows via the web. 2. Creative Commons. Creative Commons allows us to get the message out while still protecting producers from being taken advantage of by commercial interests. 3. Everything needs to be web accessible. Once our public access stations are online, a whole new world is open that lets us put the power of the media in the hands of the people. 4. Rating and categorization. We need to let viewers watch, rate, tag, and categorize content on the web. But there's one last hurdle: the digital divide. Remember that access stations are in the business of providing technical equipment and skills to communities who have traditionally lacked those resources. The line between the media and the internet blurs more every day, and today, bringing the power of the media to your community means more than teaching them how to use a camera. It means computer literacy. So, the 5th component, closing the digital divide. Computer and internet access and education must be at the forefront of the mission of every public access station.
Separate the leaders from the phonies and the face. Hi, and welcome back to Common Ground. For those of you that are tuning in now, my name is Pam Gerald, and I'm here with the other half of Genesee County's dynamic duo, Prosecutor David Leyton, who ran unopposed and he is your prosecutor still for another 4 years. Welcome back to Common Ground. We were talking about, before we went to the break, if you could describe your working relationship with the Sheriff's Department and other law enforcement agencies in the county, like the Flint Police, the FBI, ATF, and officers from other smaller municipalities.
It's an excellent question. We have a great relationship with all of the police departments, starting with the sheriff, who not only is a very dear friend of mine, but we work very well together side by side in solving crime and in getting cases into the criminal justice system.
The tag team for justice.
Well, yeah, you named us, and I think it's a great name, and I appreciate it. I remember the banner you had made up that said that. We showed it up at Foss Avenue.
That's right.
At a breakfast that you
That's
made.
right.
What's interesting about that question, Pam, is that I have a word, a phrase that I use for my relationship with the police, and it is a healthy adversarial relationship. Now, why do I say that? It's because the healthy part is the great relationship that we have. The adversarial part is really constitutional in nature, because what happens in our system is the police will gather evidence of a crime and they'll bring it to me. Now, I am not just a prosecutor. I think of myself, and actually it's written in the Code of Professional Responsibility, that a prosecutor is a minister of justice.
Okay.
And I'm supposed to protect the innocent. I'm supposed to protect the guilty. When I say protect the innocent, if police bring me a case that doesn't merit the issuance of a warrant, I have to be strong enough to say no. I have to be strong enough to say, you don't have enough evidence. You need to go back out and get more if it's there. Thus, the healthy adversarial relationship. The prosecutor is the beacon of hope for people in this country who believe in the law and who believe that people like the Duke University lacrosse team men should be not prosecuted. And that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. In that case, there wasn't enough evidence, and when they found evidence that exonerated them, the prosecutor hid it. We must never do that. If there's evidence that exonerates an accused, I must be the one who comes out with it and says, we don't have the evidence. In fact, we have evidence showing this individual is not guilty. That's as big of a duty as convicting those people who are guilty of crimes. So it's a healthy adversarial relationship. The Sheriff's Department is wonderful. They provide me with my own investigators because I don't have investigators in my department. If a case comes in, I need it investigated, I call Sheriff Piquel. He's never turned me down.
Wonderful. I
get along great with the City of Flint Police. I got along great with Chief Hagler when he was there. I get along great with Chief Dix now that he's there. I have a similar relationship with all of the out-county police chiefs, and I think that's for the betterment of our community.
Wonderful. Now, have there been any surprises to you in terms of your day-to-day working activities that you didn't foresee when you were first seeking the office of prosecutor of Genesee County?
Two things surprised me. The first and foremost one is the sheer volume of work that we must do. We process 4,000 felony cases a year. 2,000 abuse and neglect and juvenile delinquency cases, and 2,000 family support cases. We have 8,000 cases per year in the Genesee County Prosecutor's Office. It's the most in the state per assistant prosecutor.
Wow.
We have an incredible volume of work in the office.